I have moved from the back side of my apartment building to the front side of my apartment building, so cars and motorcycles and airplanes, oh my. Hello my dears, my name is Mariana and welcome to my channel. I'm a little rusty, it's been a little while. As you can see, I've moved, the space is a little different, took me some time to set it up for you. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. We are growing, it's very exciting, I'm getting good feedback. So I thought a lot about what I wanted to offer you as we head into the new year, 2021. Finally. So I think I'm at where pretty much everybody's at. And I thought about what I really needed to absorb right now, and that is how to reset for 2021. How to reset for a new phase, a new year, wherever you're at, just for the new, so that we can really bring ourselves into the future awaiting us with intentionality and clarity and purpose. So we're gonna go on this journey together, and we're going to jump into 4 steps that I've cultivated to reset for the new year, and let's go. And I just want to say that the new year is such a natural time to do this resetting work. I know that some of us are like a little salty about it because it's kind of just been taken over by corporations and made into a holiday in which we are proven to be not enough. But when you look at this time historically and culturally, it's no accident that the new year comes right after the midwinter. On the winter solstice, the sun symbolically dies and is reborn. And a lot of ancient cultures would start their new year at this time. But it was in ancient Rome that they decided to make January the beginning of the new year, not only because of this symbolic progress of the sun and its rebirth, but also because January belonged to the god Janus, who was the god of new beginnings, who had 2 faces, one looking to the past and one to the future. And that is really the work of resetting for the new year. It's not about becoming a new person. It's not only future oriented. In order to really prepare ourselves for the new year, we need to be retrospective so that we can clear away everything that doesn't lend itself to becoming who we truly are. So the first step in resetting for the new year is to contemplate. Before we can look into what lies ahead, we really need to understand and process where we've come from. Often at the start of the new year, we just set these resolutions. We just want to be calmer and more productive and skinnier, but we don't really take the time to understand why we desire these things, why these are our resolutions at all. Yes, we want to be calmer, but is that because we don't know how to process and handle our anxiety? And we want to be more productive, but is that because on a deep level we don't feel that we're enough? And we want to become skinnier, but is that really because on some level we feel like we're being told that our physical reality is flawed? Now is the time to dig into the things that we want to cultivate and why. Who have we been and what have we been that draws us to imagine this new self? This is when we crack the journal. Give yourself time and space to be honest about who you were this past year, the disappointments and the triumphs. If you feel a little stuck, here are 3 questions to contemplate. Number 1, how do I feel about the person I was in 2020 or in the past phase I'm coming out of? Be honest about your feelings about the person you were. Don't try to limit them because you think they're cruel, or try to soften them because you don't want to really face the truth. If you have felt unsatisfied with yourself or you have felt disappointed, write that down. Acknowledge where you're coming from so that you can move forward intentionally, so that you can take what has existed in your shadow and bring it into light. Number 2, in what ways did I grow? Even if you feel like you didn't grow very much, act like your own best friend and point out to yourself the ways that you really have expanded, that you really have become the person that you've been longing to be. Number 3, where did I fail? And again, this might not be a failing in reality. Maybe you feel like you failed a goal even though you sort of did meet it. Just be honest about your feelings. You can't be wholly objective in this task, right? So we're just trying to acknowledge the ways that you really experienced yourself so that you can move forward more intentionally. Step 2 is to cleanse. Now that you understand the lessons and the pressure points of the past year, now is the time to let it go, to release and feel like a breath of fresh air is coming back into you. Every time we move into a new phase of our life, we're given the opportunity to let go of the old. We are allowed to radically forgive ourselves or to let go of the lives we once pursued that no longer feels meaningful to us, to release the people that we believed we were, to make room for the people we actually are. This step is one of ritual, of blending revelation with magical workings, blending psycho-spiritual musings with the mundane, with the reality of creating something for ourselves. And truly, there are many ways of ritualistically cleansing yourself. I asked you guys on Instagram to give me some ideas for how you like to reset for the new year, and I got beautiful ones like saging yourself or taking a clarifying bath at midnight. So I encourage you to explore what's out there or come up with one on your own. Personally, on the last day of the year, I like to light a candle and let it burn entirely away, representing the energy that is fading to make space for the new. Then, on the first day of the new year, I will light a new candle that I'll continue to burn throughout the year. Whatever you decide on, make it special. Focus on the feeling of releasing, clearing, and cleansing. Step 3, recharge. Now clean and spiritually free, we have to open ourselves for the new energy that has to come in. We must exit the space of releasing and shedding and enter the space of grounding and revivifying. I think the clearest way to recharge is to meditate. Now, maybe you have a quick daily practice, but I encourage you to go deeper here. Try for 20 minutes or even an hour to enter the deep, soulful type of meditation that will really recharge you. If meditating isn't really your thing, it isn't always mine, honestly, or you want something more, turn to the tarot. Do not bog yourself down with long, drawn-out spreads. Simply ask these 3 questions. 1, what lessons do I bring with me from the old phase into the new? 2, what is at the core of me that has never changed? 3, who am I becoming in this new year that is more fully myself? It's really important to remember that recharging does not only come from without. It is also a returning to source, returning to who you are most authentically. And a lot of times that work is remembering who we used to be before even this past year, back when we were most truly who we are, often back in our childhoods. I really recommend maybe reading old journals or old poetry or something that you have always felt is a pure expression of yourself. Allow your act of recharging to actually be an act of returning to who you most authentically are. And I think that that's the most potent way we'll feel not only re-engaged with our lives, but ready to receive it. Finally, number 4 is to renew. To renew means to re-engage, but with new energy, with something bright and magical that re-entangles us with the thrill of living. The act of renewal is engaging with our greater, deeper selves, and so it requires a bit of imagination and openness. For this step, I recommend setting an intention or desire for the self you were called to become. It is important not to get too bogged down with resolutions or lists. So rather than setting an intention for who you want to become, what you want to accomplish, set an intention for how you want to feel. Focus on the way you want to experience yourself instead of what you do or what you make or how you act. The task here is to visualize and then organize. Spend some time really imagining yourself inside your life. Be specific and imaginative. What does your hair look like? What kind of things do you say? What is the feeling you have about yourself deep inside? Then I really recommend getting a good planner. I have the magic of iPlanner, but you can use notes on your phone or any other organizational tool and write down the images you have created for yourself at the end of next year, what you visualize that you can become. Then create some art to remind yourself of this visualization. I think that this part of the process makes it so much more special and so much more true. I'm a bad painter, but I'm not so bad with words, so I might write a phrase for myself or a mantra or a poem. And if you're really stuck, borrow someone else's. Pick a poem or a quote or a piece of art that reminds you of precisely this visualization you've created for yourself and put it somewhere special, somewhere visible for the whole year. The work of visualization can be hard. Trust me, I know I am bad at it, but I think that if you can really be specific and engaged with this visualization, you're more likely to bring it into reality. Now, this is not necessarily manifestation work. Manifestation is a complicated topic that I am not getting into today, but I think that the more you can see yourself becoming who you are, the less antagonistic you are against it, the less resistant you are. Put it somewhere where you can return to it day after day. So it's not some far away resolution. It's literally the thing that you are working towards, the thing that you are in process of becoming. So that's it, my friends. I am so excited for this new year. I am just really needing new energy. I'm gonna be honest, 2020 was not entirely the worst. And I am greatly appreciative that I had this time to get in touch with so many aspects of myself that I really wouldn't have needed to confront if I weren't here where I am and we weren't here where we are. And I am extremely hopeful and holding to the faith that we're going to be okay and that we're going to heal and that we're going to expand. I am so grateful that you're here. I started this channel 3 months ago and I'm already at 350 subscribers, and that means so much more to me than I can say. I am so happy that I am able to give something that some people at least maybe need to hear, and that means everything. That is the work. So please drop a comment, let me know what you would like from this channel, if there's any topics you want me to discuss. Please don't forget to subscribe and really go check out my Instagram, where you'll get all sorts of daily tips for wisdom and witchery for your psycho-spiritual journey. And I appreciate you more than you know. Sending you so many blessings, my friends, and have a beautiful, meaningful new year. Did I just unintentionally give myself a halo? Because I secretly think I'm a saint. Maybe.